Yo, what's going on, everyone? So in tonight's stream, I'm going to be basically just kind of using what I'm building at the same time. I'm going to be vibe coding essentially using AI to build out a dollar cost averaging trading bot subscription that I'm building. Um, just making it better, making it functional, testing it out. Up here at the top right, I've connected my wallet. As you can see, I have some Solana, not very much. And just to facilitate the transactions, I have some USDC to start with. And how this works is you connect the wallet up at the top right, and then you hit start bot after you have subscribed for $5 for 30 days. And then again, I'm just testing all this stuff out. So if something doesn't work, I'm going to be trying to fix it. I'm going to give this just about 30 seconds or so. There we go. And now it says it's running. And that's working. Could be a bit more responsive, but I'm not complaining. Um, so now it says it's ready to trade. And what's going to happen is when it meets my buying percentage volatility, it will what you set here. So this will be a negative number. And then, all right, I guess I should explain what volatility is first. So the volatility is calculated by tracking a certain amount of data points within a certain time frame. And as you can see here, these are the volatility calculations. Current baseline divided by the baseline times 100, and it substitutes values based on Bonk's, you know, it's whatchamacallits. It's decimals, how many decimals it's got. Like Solana's got a different set of decimal points. And this is like, that's why I say this is being built for Bonk right now. And it's not, it's not an automatic trading bot. You'll have to sit here and, watch the trades, maybe, click them when they come up. But here's how it works. So when you know how the volatility works, you set the volatility to like 0.35. Um, that's a pretty frequent volatility if you just want to consistently keep buying the dips, or even higher than that. Um, 55 is a good volatility percentage. I mean, I can't recommend, what people should do with their money, like how much they should spend, or you know, but I'm just once you get a feel for the volatility percentage and how you want to enter into the next trades, that's what you'll use to have it trigger the trades that pop up. Um, there's also something very important here, which is the reserve value calculator, which determines how much of each currency you actually use, how much you give the bot access to in order to trade. Now, this can go all the way down to 1%. Um, I have some levels here that just show like 1 to 33%. Um, just kind of just to give a bit of a visual representation of what your position size might be. But so what happens is it will use your Solana as well as your USDC in order to buy the dip on Bonk. And it does that, like I said, using volatility and price gaps. I'm probably going to change the bots so that the price gaps can be um, manually adjusted instead of a fixed amount. I think that would be my next step here. Um, but as you can see, you can set the percentage amounts of the amount that you want to use. So let's say, for instance, I only want to use 25%. I would reserve, or no, I want to use 15%. So I would reserve 85% of my USDC. And then, as you can see here, it'll break down for the DCA. It's going to use, um, so this amount of Solana is protected. I'm actually going to move this all the way up to 99 because I don't want to use hardly any of my Solana to buy any sort of dips. And then um, for the DCA, yeah, I think 184 is a good starting amount. Well, I'll lower that a little bit. Let's go 75. All right, yep, there we go. And then what I do is I come down here and I save the reserve configuration, which saves the bot's um, reserve amounts. So that's what it'll use and not use right here on this screen. And then you can also set the trade size percentage. So with 2%, I can DCA 193 times. With 3%, I can DCA 115 times. Um, but there is a point at which it won't because of just some basic factors. It doesn't want to deplete your wallet of like all your Solana, so you can't make any sort of trades. That would be bad. So it doesn't aim for that. It tries to avoid that. And so with 4% of the trades, again, it shows you right here, 78 times before the portfolio depletion. Smaller percentage equals better averaging, but also, you that's just that's just to tell you how the math works. Small consistent purchases over time are typically better mathematically than any one large sum at any given moment. And so that's kind of like the thought pattern I have when it comes to dollar cost averaging and um, buying the dip on Bonk. But again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm building a product in which people can feel comfortable getting into this space and feel like they're getting a good deal. But that's pretty much my only thing here. So yeah, let's now that we kind of understand how all of this works, where you set up your trades. This is like your trade settings, essentially, what it'll build for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set this to 0.5% volatility. I'm going to turn this on, and then I'm going to save the buy settings. Okay. And then if I exit this and then come back, it should be saved. Yep. Okay, cool. And then the next time that the volatility reaches 0.05%, it'll trigger a notification to make that trade. So yeah, it looks like it's pretty much working as intended right now. Um, there are some things that are out of my control. So when you accept the what's it called? When you accept the trade through the notification, it'll prompt your Phantom wallet to make that transaction. So it's completely manual. I don't have any control over the trade at all other than setting the settings. The platform allows you to customize um, these things in advance for a certain allocation. So I think that's actually quite helpful if you want to look at it that way. Is if you just have a certain set amount that you want to put in and get a good deal on. That's pretty much what this is for. It's not for taking consistent profits because, I mean, the entire mindset of investing is you're in it for the long haul. You're not in it for some short-term gains, and that's what I'm building here. I'm building sort of an investment for myself. I want people to use this. I want people to pay me for the service and feel like they're getting a good service. And that's what I'm trying to build here. And hopefully we can get that volatility percentage to come down. But actually, it um, looks like we're not going to get that. Let's actually check the price of trading view. Oh wow, so we are seeing quite a bit of a spike here in the Bitcoin markets, the Bitcoin markets. Oh, but it might be coming down. Who knows? Big spike, little dribble. Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, as you can see, it's set to a buy volatility check. Um, there are price gaps, so when it when it makes a transaction when it makes a thing for you to accept and you accept it and you go through with it, I'm hoping that it does track everything properly, and that's also something that I want to test. Um, that's why I actually have so many controls of like fix your bot baseline. So if let's say um, you deposited a certain amount of USDC or Solana, uh, then you could fix all that stuff here. But at the very least, if you wanted to kind of just say, okay, well, I'm getting a good enough deal, let me just start blank. There is a button to start blank, and I just used this. So you would click this, reset your trade history, and then boom, your trading history has been completely reset so that now even the volatility percentages, those are also reset. That might not be something that I want it to reset. Okay, so let me start to write some of this down. Kind of use my voice to. So I want to be able to manually adjust the price gap amount for the regular users trading bots. Bonk. This will give more control over the range of purchases. Also, in the buy trigger visualization graph, I guess I shouldn't have reset it. So I want to make some changes to the regular users Bonk trading bots. I want to structure this so it I would like you to move the reset trading history button into the buy controls. I'll skip that one here. Oh, wow, look at it go. Okay, I guess what I can do is I could test the selling. We also need to fix a 400 error when trying to manually buy Bonk. Using the manual buy Bonk controls. It was showing a invalid USDC amount, but I do have enough USDC to cover the transaction. The last thing is that if I reset the trading history, I don't want the volatility percentage tracking to get erased. Everything else can still be cleared and start fresh. Had a couple of typos. It should understand. I'll check the plan. I gave it an image. Dang. Yo, what's up? Quietly listening and observing. You love the idea and the project. Keep it up. Oh, thanks, dude. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate all the support because I really haven't had anybody trying to use it or understand the concept or the idea. And I know it only uses like a singular uh, Web3 wallet, the Phantom wallet, and that's what it utilizes. Um, but I'm going to be expanding, the number of wallets that can be used in the future. There's just a lot that's going on with the platform that I'm building. It's taking a lot of time to build it. Um, but I just have a lot of really good ideas too that I really enjoy um, trying to build with my website. Actually, after this stream, I'm going to show you something really quick. If you're paying attention, I'm going into my admin dashboard, and as you can see right now, in my admin dashboard, I'm in this stream clips tab, and I built this just recently. So the moment that I stop going live, AI is going to automatically pull clips from my stream and put them into this clip queue. And then I just press a couple of buttons and they're on YouTube. And I thought that was just so cool. And that's actually how you found um, my my YouTube is because me pushing some clips earlier today from my previous stream. I was trying to perfect this earlier, and it was a bit of a pain, but I'm happy that I got it. I got it working quite nicely, I think, so I can push content out there and get noticed and all that good stuff. But yeah, as you can see, the cell volatility is past its threshold, but the thing is, I'm not in the I'm not in the position right now, which really sucks because this would have been a good time to be in, a position. Maybe you could have taken a little bit off the top. Who knows? I've been seeing this play out like literally week after week, month after month. Lower highs, lower high, maybe, I don't know. But from from what I can see, I'm noticing quite the pattern, and it's just been hell. It's been fucking hell, dude. And this is only what, last month, a couple months ago. But anyways, um, yeah, and the reason I chose Bonk out of all things is because there's a lot of news. Well, not a lot, but there's news that comes out around Bonk that is very institutional, and in my eyes, that's kind of bullish. If you are having institutions and stuff get, interested into something like a meme coin on Solana, then well, there you go. But let me view this plan again. So, pretty straightforward. All right. I also want to make it a bit more, I don't know, just user friendly. Because right now it's like not very intuitive. You wouldn't know to, oh, come to your reserves first and, adjust your reserve settings. And also, something I didn't mention is if you come down to your buy trigger visualization graph and you hover your mouse over it, you'll notice that, well, if I could get the full screen in there, it'll give you the exact amounts that it'll try to suggest for you. So it's going through some stuff. So the stuff that I'm doing right now, it's not going to affect whatever you're doing. If you are trying to use it, you can think of this as like the developer backend that's making changes before they're actually made. What I'm using is it's an app called Replit. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your message. Does the bot do automatic trades or do you have to? Yes, you have to have manual oversight. And that's very important because of just basic security reasons. If you wanted if I wanted to have my users have their trades done automatically, then I would have to have something that gives me control, and I don't want to have that control over people's wallets because if I can do that, then I can do anything, and I don't like that, and I don't like exposing other people to that. So it's very important that you never give that power to any sort of crypto trading bot. Um, I'm building a system that it gives you the power. Like it helps you to keep the power in your hands, so to speak. So like no one can move your funds for you. Um, that wouldn't be a good thing. Yeah, so if I may, I want to show you the Manifest Lab because this is actually, if you want to change your reality and understand your life, and have like something that you can go to and kind of express yourself and get a clearer picture of what it is you want to do with it. You can set goals here in the Manifest Lab, and you can even have one of my custom AI, like one of my custom trained AIs to help guide you through creating a manifested goal. Um, but then there's also the library of meaning in the Manifest Lab, which in my opinion is very helpful because as you can see, it allows you to understand the things that matter, positive forces, like the essence of things and the impacts that you might have or could have in the world, and or things that these are like little goals that you have, and then you have also things that you need to be aware of. So these are like negative forces in your life. And when you become aware of these things and you can express these things here, I'll do this. So I am super excited. I've got my first real user. Shit, hold on. I gotta wait till it's done doing what it's doing. But I'll do an entry and I'll show you kind of what it does. It's really awesome. I think it's like so many people I can just see so many people that just feel lost. They don't know what to do or where to go, and using AI to help you create goals and like manifest completely new realities for yourself is totally possible. And it's something that a lot of people just don't think about. Um, I mean, you could have AI do research on literally anything and create something like this. So my strategy, these are my milestones. Checkpoint 30 plus total streams completed, minimum 150 clips published, and this is by March 31st. And I have exactly how many days left? 30 days left until I reach that milestone. And I have to be consistent enough to reach that milestone. I have to push myself to consistently make content and put myself out there um and make it all worth something, you know. But that's one of my manifested realities. Um, Also, get my first customer was one, but the I really didn't go through the creative process, but I guess I could do that now. So this is actually a free tool that um, I pay for all my users currently. It's the AI help when they're trying to manifest, but it's still doing its thing. I'm gonna wait. Let me see what you said. I'm totally on your side. You're speaking from my soul right now, Suze. Heck yeah, man. I'm very happy that you feel that way. I'm very happy that you found my website and you see some value in it. Um, Dude, let me show you something. I want to show you something because this is gonna blow your mind. All right, this is gonna blow your mind, dude. So in the past 30 days, look at all of this traffic. And I could get more traffic. I could get more people to visit my website. The only thing is it costs me. Every time somebody visits my website and they don't interact with it and they don't use it, it costs me money. And because I don't have a high turnover rate, I don't see the point in like publishing articles, promoting those articles, pushing content out specifically based around my website yet because um, I don't have the turnover. And on top of that, um, like I'm doing right now, I'm still testing it. I'm still making things functional and usable and just more intuitive because a lot of people they'll look at this and they'll be like, "Oh shit, what do I do next? Where do I go?" And I'm trying to figure out like the flow that people go through, like when they visit this page. Okay, they subscribe. What do they see next? What do they do when they scroll down and stuff like that? and it's a lot. I have to constantly be in my head about how people are seeing things, about what I'm building, how I'm building it, because you can't just start from the top. You have to work from the ground up, right? And a lot of this website was built just solely around um, a rewards-based system using a Solana token and silver. So if you use the website enough creatively, you might get rewarded in silver. And or if you just buy silver, then you get rewarded in a crypto that can be inadvertently used again for silver discounts for more silver. But I'm only selling silver within the United States. I have fine granules of silver, pure silver, that I sell. So it's not like, just the cheap 90% crude. It's fine, pure silver. But, oh yeah, let me show you what I was actually going to show you. Um, so in the United States alone, within the past 30 days, I this number was much higher a few days ago, but it was around 70,000 just in the US. And then China, there's about 900 visitors. India, one hit. Um, Iran, one hit. Russia, 50. Finland. I mean, people are checking it out. But the reason I think the most traffic comes from the U.S. is because I target the U.S. primarily to sell silver, and that's originally what the website was. It was a silver shop that rewarded its users in SVT tokens, and yeah, so like when you subscribe to the um, if you subscribe to the trading bot using Solana, you'll actually earn SVT tokens. I think five, which really isn't a lot, but it's something, and it's a finite supply. Oh, look at this. Okay, so it built the transaction, and then now I can hit accept, and it'll pop open the Phantom wallet. I don't think you can see this, so let me fix that really quick. So the rewards would only be, I think, in the US currently, but you could use, yeah, I would have to open it up eventually. But as you can see here, oh, let me pull this over. So when you click accept on a what's it called? When you click accept on the notification, that's what will come up. And then you just hit it, you hit accept. So yeah, I mean it works really well. Um, did you see that? Yes, you have to be there and you have to be aware that the trade is happening. But the cool part about this whole thing, right, is the fact that um it uses that volatility. So let's say that the volatility is going like really crazy one day. Here, I'm just going to give you an example. So if we go back on the charts here, back on the 9th of February, so there was a really large liquidation event that actually took the market all the way down to 512. And the thing about my bot is that it would have built a trade at the very bottom potentially. It could have caught the very bottom of that wick to the downside. I have seen it. It's very possible. So when something like this happens, it will like know, hey, now's the time. Make that, build that suggestion, and um, and then you'll get a really good deal on your crypto. And so that's why this bot is so powerful, is because it gives you crypto volatility at your fingertips, literally. Like I'm not even joking about that. And because it's not automatic, you approve everything. You wait for those golden opportunities where you're like, okay, this is like the trade I'm gonna take. And and yeah, um, I'm really excited about it. As you can see here, it's again built the thing. I'm gonna bring it over for you so you can see. Um, as you can see, it's I'm kind of nervous about showing that code. I don't know what that code is, so I'm not gonna show it. But the trade is right here. It built the trade. I could confirm it. Look, see it. But I'm gonna cancel that. I'm actually next one. I'm gonna accept it because I want to see if it pops up in the trade history. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna accept this, sign, confirm. Oh, it said failed transaction. Interesting. So I just had a failed transaction for one of the trade suggestions. Let me just write that down. There we go. And then go back here. Let me try this again. Okay, it says, okay, so this is an important one to note here. So I'm gonna bring this over. So as you can see, oh, whoops. As you can see, it says this transaction has been blocked. And all I did was did the same thing. I tried to accept the trade suggestion. And the reason it did this is because maybe a couple of reasons. The first one is that It's so the the amounts and expected output that you would have gotten like wouldn't it just the trade wasn't alive anymore in a sense. Like you couldn't get the same trade. Like it didn't exist, or you didn't go through with it quickly enough. Also, I haven't been like approved, through all like Phantom and the Solana Foundation or anything. I'm just sort of building this at a whim, and so like Phantom might be blocking that because they're like, whoa, what are you doing? You're using our Phantom wallet without, like our consent or something. But um, the only way that somebody like myself could get here, like this, look, it that time it worked. That time it worked. I hit confirm. Okay, transaction failed. So I'm going to look into this. Actually, I should be able to customize the trade gap percentages. So let me look into that really quick. Um, okay, and the auto trade size configuration. I don't see it. Okay, let me just try to sign this really quick. Okay, request blocked. Again. So I'm gonna ask AI about that. Also, sometimes when I accept the trade suggestions, sometimes Phantom has blocked the transaction, but every time it just fails for some reason. I'm actually going to look at the what's it called? The reserve calculator. I'm gonna put this down to 55% because maybe I'm not giving it enough gas. Possible. And then let's see the also I don't see the price gap controls in the reserve value calculator settings button. Yeah, let me put this prompt through. All right, so yeah, I don't see it. I'm just gonna. So they weren't going through. Let me try to fix this. Um, so a good rule of thumb is like if you can get a trade accepted in like 7 to 8 seconds, that's pretty quick. And that's about as long as it takes for a block to go through, at least from the last time like I timed it. So yeah, it gives you some time. It's not much time, but if you really wanted to be on the a really fast blockchain with really low fees that can do this kind of stuff, yeah, I mean, um, you have to be quick. You got to be really quick. Like it's quick when it builds the trades, so you have to be like, it's good if you're doing something easy on the side, like you're playing cards or something, or maybe you're I don't know, doing something artistic. You can kind of look away or I'm gonna see what it says about this plan. So I noticed that you signed up, right? But when I look at this, right, you don't have any credits. Did you already spend your credits or did you not get any credits? You should have gotten some credits because I have a what's it called? I have a sign up rewards thing. Oh, so 5 out of 5 claims. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you some free credits. And now you can basically use stuff like the subscribe to the trading bot. You can subscribe to this and you can try it out also if you want. It's basically free with the credits. And then you can also use credits to write books. So 1 credit is equal to 1 entry. So if you wanted to write a book about anything, you could do that here. And then you can also make them into audiobooks, make them public. Um, I have to work on helping people understand publishing when it comes to their books. That would be good. But yeah, so there's a library. I have to fix the audio for here because if you try to play the audio in the audiobook, nothing happens right now. But I think that's because I did the audio as an author or something. Or there might be something with authentications I have to fix for the audio to work. But um, let me see here. So the plan. Let's view the plan. Failed transaction, root cause, trade notifications. That result without calling the JSON. That's we're doing failed transaction signature. Runner reports failure and doesn't add send data, waits, send result JSON after call, approve. It doubles the failure risk set. Skip pre-flight true in the back. That's Phantom already simulated the transaction before signing. Auto trade size configuration drop down. Oh, right here. Okay. I'll have to mess with that too. Heck yeah. Awesome. I'm very happy. If you have any problems or you run into any issues, or even if you think of things that you want implemented, I would be happy to hear your input. I have a Discord channel that I um, am always available in. All you got to do is just at Spinal Ace. Oh, let me see here. I would put in, well, okay, so the rule of thumb with investing is only put in what you're willing to lose because this shit could go to zero and I have no control over that. You know what I mean? Um, Try like a couple hundred maybe. I can't give you any numbers. I can't give any numbers. Um, yeah, I can't tell you what to do with your money, how much you should, whatever. Yeah, I have to be really careful with that. So, um, if you just want to feel like you're getting a good deal on your crypto, then fund it with like a little bit of Solana, maybe some USDC for the majority as a stable currency, and then you could use that to buy the dip automatically because it does that. It uses USDC as the secondary reserve, and it's all about your reserves. So whatever you fund it with. Okay. Yeah, so that's the Phantom Wallet extension is what you would use. You would generate a wallet, you would save your seed phrase, and then keep that somewhere nobody will ever find except for you. Never give anyone your seed phrase or your private keys. And then you will you'll maintain the power. So, so the number one starting point is, in fact, downloading the Phantom Wallet extension, and that can be found on the Google Chrome extensions if you look it up. Actually, let me pull up my bot. I'm curious about something. Not my bot, my chat bot. Where do I download the custom Phantom Wallet extension I need to process blockchain transactions on this website? Okay, so it says here Phantom website. If I click this, it actually takes you directly. So all you have to do is just ask my chatbot on the main page, the Soul Shot Assistant. If you have any questions at all, you can use the little speech button. This makes it super easy to communicate with my platform and just understand it. I built it as like people's Wikipedia for my platform. If they have any questions at all, they just speak here, hit the button again when they're done, and it'll transcribe all of that and auto send it as a message. And as you can see, that's what it did. And then that sounds like a convenient feature for users to interact with their platform. The speech to text functionality can certainly make it easier for users to ask questions and engage with the platform seamlessly. If you need any information or have questions about SoulShot's features, trading strategies, or how to use the non-custodial trading bot, feel free to speak them through your setup. I'm here to help. And yeah, it's really cool. So there's that. Um, and then in order to fund the Phantom wallet, you'll need something like Coinbase, which is what they would call an on and off ramp for fiat to crypto. Now, that's a really good idea. Let me um, let me do that. So the chat bubble that's available on various pages needs to be more recognizable as a chatbot assistant. Right now, it doesn't seem recognizable. How could we get it looking really professional and sleek, but also obviously helpful? Oh, hey, I do want to just say this really quickly. Because you are my first user, and I'm kind of relying on my first users to actually help me start generating some sort of return on my investment. I've spent uh, an absurd amount of money, in my opinion, trying to build this and make it something successful. And if you want to donate to me directly, there are links in the description below. If you don't like want to just use the platform, you can donate through my Twitch. I'm actually live on Twitch right now. Are you checking me out on Twitch or YouTube? You're YouTube. Okay. But as you can see, this month alone, I've spent, well, yeah, and just saying, every bit helps. I've been making sacrifices here and there, but yep. Oh, what would be number three? Do you have to connect in some way? Sorry, I missed that message. Um, yeah, so if you go to the bot subscription, as you can see, it says right here, connect wallet to execute trades. So at the top right, you click the wallet button, connect wallet. That connects your Phantom wallet. Initially, you'll have to sign a authorization for my decentralized application to build trades and process transactions, just like any normal decentralized application would. The key thing that you never want to give anyone is the seed phrase and or the private keys. Those always remain yours. Okay? And the thing is, if you sign and execute this transaction, okay, as you can see, it was blocked. I'm gonna have to fix that. It might not be spot on every time, but um, oh wow, that's so much nicer. Yep, okay, so yeah, you would click, let me bring that back up. On the top right, you would click connect to wallet, and then once after you subscribed, hold on, let me just see if this will go through. No, it says request blocked. Okay, but anyways, after you connect your wallet, you would hit start bot up here, and then that would start it. You wait about 30 seconds, the button will turn red, indicating that it's started, just like right there. You try to see, it keeps saying if I proceed anyway. I don't know. Mhm. If I really wanted to solve that problem and make it automated, I could. but that puts me under a lot of liability, and it would also technically make it so that I would have to register as a money service business. So that's why I don't have the trading bot completely automated. It has to be non-custodial. It has to remain non-custodial because I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to, you know, create a money service business and build out this bot like that. No, it's more of just like a passion project, to be honest. I'm really hoping it makes it by the looks of it. Um, it's slow, but hopefully we'll get there eventually. Okay, now Phantom is blocking all of the transactions and not just some of them anymore. Whenever I try to accept a trade suggestion, the trade suggestion is supposed to open a Phantom wallet transaction that is based on the settings the user set. I don't really understand this stuff fully. At times, I feel like I'm just throwing bricks at a wall. Okay, except it could be that it's because I'm within a certain environment. Am I using the trading bot on a daily basis? Let's profit and minimize the cost of my website. Bot is really profitable. So I don't use it for consistent profit taking. It can be used that way, but I wouldn't recommend it. Uh, you really have to gauge your profits, like kind of manually as well, because you might be resetting the trade history a lot, which also resets your profits. Um, this isn't like a profit taking. This is more of like get a good deal. Um, and if you can get a good deal for your crypto, I mean, well, then it might be easy to get some profits. Who knows? Because I'm on like a 15% spike to the upside. You'd be almost crazy not to take some sort of profit, right? I mean, that's not financial advice. I'm just saying. Get API latest block hash. Yeah, let's try this. There's actually a another another bot. What's it called? It's called DCA Turbine. And I thought this might have been interesting. I was going to try this out. I'm not the builder of this. It looks very minimalistic. It does similar things to what I do, like okay, price range, DCA order, connect wallet. And this is kind of like what I'm trying to build, but mine seems to be a bit more in depth and it allows you to, it's like a much simpler, sleek version. And I like that. But I also tried to give people more information and control. Like I wanted to get it really sleek like that, but mine's super in depth. Feels more complicated than what it needs to be. So connect wallet, request blocked. Let me just see what it does if I give it the direct documents for that. Okay. It should be fixable. It's more of a long for trading and holding bot, more of a dollar buy average. Yes, exactly. You can use it the way you're thinking about it, and you can do that by going into these selling settings and setting the volatility sell trigger just higher than your buy volatility, and then generally it'll give you buy low, sell high trades. That's what I'm aiming for here. Oh, sweet, it's doing the simulation endpoint and the front end pre-simulation before Phantom signature. Okay, sweet. I think that might fix the um, transaction being blocked. Oh, cool. I don't even know where you saw that. But, check it all out. Dead by Daylight, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. The Eden Launcher. Do you ever play Dark Age of Camelot? Do you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh? I'll be right back. I'm actually going to see how long I've been streaming for. Let me see here. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half. I'm going to be stopping the stream here and then allowing my AI to auto process clips from this stream. And then I'm gonna push those clips live to YouTube. So maybe we'll get some other like-minded people in here, man. You know? But I really appreciate you hanging out and showing your support. Like I was saying in the comment, I'm super stoked to have a first real user, man. Yeah, just kind of mess around with the volatility sell trigger. That's like your first gap. Like that's like the very first gap. And again, this might not work. It's still in development. It's so use it at your own caution, at your own risk. Um, but yeah, I'm still building it out. Oh, I think it's done with that. But yeah, I'm gonna process these clips, and then I'm gonna be working on this mainly with you in mind this entire time.